recording and screen share screen. Okay. Cool. So you can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. Do you have any like preliminary thoughts going into this?
Okay. So, as I was kind of trying to go through and get it recorded earlier, I was rewatching it.
Yeah.
A few things that I noticed. A lot of my lasering throughout the set was really bad.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Partially, I got a few that went the wrong way because of like snapback with my controller, and then a few that I just like picked really poor times to laser,
Yeah.
and then I just get like back aired or something.
Okay. So when you say bad lasers, you just usually mean like uh you are like picking a wrong spacing, or do you think that like you could just like find a way to hit her jumps or whatever a little better?
I think that I'm doing it at like a bad spacing. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm doing it too close when I don't think like I should not be like committing to like especially a lot of the short hop double lasers that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Now, do you
because
think this is like a knowledge thing, or do you think it's like a like so you do the short hop double laser? Do you think this is a knowledge thing or a decision making thing? I guess is the question I'm trying to ask. Because there's going to be a difference, right, between if you're like you shoot the double laser and then you're like and then you get back air. You're like, yeah, I'm dumb. Or versus if you like shoot the double laser and then it's like, oh my god, like I can't believe she hit me from there. You know, like this is like
uh,
kind of two distinct issues.
I think it was more, I feel like it's more of a decision making thing because I was never hit and I was never like oh my god I can't believe this happened to me. It was more like I get hit and was like oh yeah I shouldn't have shot a laser in this spot or something or
Okay.
in this situation.
So when it comes to like this kind of laser, why do you think you're shooting them then? Do you think you're shooting them because you're just like, I don't know, you're just shooting them because you don't have something else to do and you're just like, oh, I want to do a thing? Or is it like at the time you just like think it's right to shoot a laser?
I think what I think happens is that if I'm thinking out loud a little bit, I think that I decide that I'm gonna like dash back a little bit and shoot a laser, but then I dash back to like make a little bit of space for myself, but I'm not paying attention to how the puff is like taking stage from me as I'm dashing back. So when
Mm-hmm.
I go and shoot the laser, puff is already like closed off a lot of the space that I had tried to create for myself. So it's like me not paying attention, I think.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's definitely something that we can easily look out for whenever we watch it through, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's see. There's that. Uh, a few times where there were a few moments where I got interactions or I got openings, and then I feel like I wasted some movement that I wasted time by doing unnecessary movement where I could have gotten like uh, bigger punishes off. So I think like some unnecessary movement that made it so I wasn't converting as hard as I could have.
Okay. So you mean that like you're dropping punishes because of movement, or you're like missing a punish because of movement?
Like I'll drop a punish. So like there will be times where I remember specifically one time where I'll like hit a nair or a bear and I'll hit the bear, I'll land, but then I'll like dash back for some reason
Mm-hmm.
instead
Mm-hmm.
of just like keep on pushing forward and like pursuing the punish. Like
Sure.
I'm treating my punish as if it's another neutral interaction where I should be trying to like capitalize harder.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're just like accidentally, so if you're like not really reacting to the hit connecting, then yeah, that would be okay. Cool. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm probably just gonna watch like a couple stocks straight through first. Because basically I don't remember the last time I saw you play this matchup, so I wanna kinda figure out. So what we can actually do is I should pause here is what we can do is like I can watch this through and I'll just like I'll mentally make a note of stuff, and you can also make a note of stuff, and then at the end of it we can just compare notes and see what see if we come up with the same stuff and talk about what each of us has come up with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what'd you come up with?
So, I feel like I don't like the game was like kind of close, but I feel like the like half the time I was just like really struggling to find clean openings on Puff. So maybe it's just like matchman experience, just like not really knowing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it was like scrapping for like any like little bit that I could get most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I got hit by pounds like so many times. Like I don't
Okay.
know, just little stuff. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I believe you when you say that. I just like I guess it's just something that I didn't notice that much. The main things I noticed were that like I felt like especially early on, like you messed up a lot. Like you would like just like input errors, like you would be grabbing at the wrong place, or you would mean to grab, or you would like accidentally roll. Or like there was, the notable time where you up through and then you accidentally did an up smash instead of
Up
like the
smash.
dash
Yeah.
up air, right? So that's always
Yeah.
something that's going to be important to notice, which is just like, oh, it's just like, you're making like a pretty like non-trivial amount of input errors.
Yeah.
So definitely that execution is something I clean up. The other thing I noticed was probably a lot in line with you saying like, oh, you're like working really hard to like get any sort of mileages on Puff. Is that like this situation will come up a lot where I mean, if I just pick a probably not here, is like whenever she's higher percent. Yeah, so like this would happen a lot where Puff would be like right here, or just like in this general airspace, and she'd just be like floating around with like back airs, generally in vein to about here, and she'd just jump away and back air here, and then back air here, and then land here, and then just like repeat over here, and you'd pretty much just be like you spent a lot of time just like in the middle, just like well, I mean, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened a lot. Like kind of hovering around like top platform height, but like on the edge of the stages, because like it feels so risky to like overcommit with anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know. I see like really good foxes are willing to like go up and like shark with up airs and stuff, but
Yeah, and what they do is like they usually just like when they attack, they're like usually like making like some sort of read on the drift, right?
mhm.
In this case, I mean the benefit of Puff is of course that you can just like play like this for a really long time, and like a lot of time like I don't know, like the punishment to you is not that harsh because it's just like, oh, if I get tagged by a neutral or a back air and I have good survival DI, like I'm fine. I get to like go through this game plan again and again until like I figure out something that works. So that's kind of like the benefit of being the Puff in that scenario. But she also did it a lot whenever she was like at a pretty high percent like this, where the risk reward isn't quite so skewed, right? Where it's just like, I mean, if you get one drift read here with the back air on bad DI, then it kills, and if it, of course it's up air, then it will just always kill.
Yeah, it's true.
So something to do with just like being able to like make a read with the drift, or alternatively like uh you actually only got hit out of lasers a couple times. If you want her to cut it out, like maybe like figuring out like lasering from over here could potentially be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really played the situation where I just like say on the other platform and try lasering from there.
Yeah,
I don't
because
think I really tried that.
like that kind of thing is just like, I mean, it can be really dangerous if you try to engage with it, but I don't think it's necessarily a game plan that requires you to engage with it. Like if you started lasering from the other side of stage, then she would have to start coming in towards you more, which is just like, that obviously gives you your own opportunities for counterplay.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's see if I can find some of these spots where I thought like it's just like, oh, it's like a tech skill error or whatever else.
Yeah, it was like very flubby. Like at the beginning, there were spots where I did like 2 F smashes, like definitely not on purpose.
Yeah, yeah, like
One.
that forward smash. That was another one. Is just like she like, what happened here? She pounded your shield, and I guess you didn't expect it because the hit stun was just weird. I guess you're trying
Yeah,
to back air, right?
back air, I think.
Yeah. This would be a good spot. I think just like wave dash is pretty good. You probably could have gotten the wave dash out. got him. This one sucked.
This happens a few times.
Yeah,
like, throughout
you're
the set, where I
expecting to
get, like,
slide
hit
off?
Yeah, I was expecting to slide off, but that situation happens a few times throughout the set, where like I just get caught with a back air off like invincibility because I don't know, I just don't think that he's gonna just go straight down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think being a little bit more aware of what he's doing off of his invincibility,
Yeah,
because he just like goes
definitely.
straight down and does it.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as you like, uh, and I think this is true. Like, I don't know if you've given like a lot of meaningful thought towards how you want to play invincibility with respect to each character. But like with Puff, I always try to play her invincibility like in front of her, just because like back air is so big.
That makes sense.
And it's similar with like Peach, against Peach, like whenever I am at high percents, I try to play in front of her because, well, it doesn't matter if forward air hits me because like any aerial will probably kill me, but forward air is really slow. So I'll try to play more in front of Peach during her invincibility and find a way that way. But whenever I'm at lower percents, I usually try to play behind her a little more and to just make sure I have good combo DI. Try not to get hit by back air, because the only thing that really fucks me during Peach's invincibility, unless if she like pulls some crazy turnip, is forward air.
Forward air, yeah. But at this higher percent, I should be looking out for the back air more and probably not just running behind Puff like this.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And there are, yeah, it has to do with paying attention to how she's coming down and just like in general, like the character strengths and weaknesses. Like she kind of has the ice climbers problem where it's really hard for her to go up and down. So if you had like, say you're here and you're on the left side and she's coming down, this is something that DizKid suggested against ice climbers, which was when ice climbers respawn, as soon as they start falling through and touching and getting like to this area on the ground, you go up to the side platform. If they jump, then you just fall through the side platform, run underneath them.
Right, so it's like make them waste their invincibility a little bit more.
Yeah, and instead of just like, and you catch me on this all the time where I just like, I'm just like, oh, I'm running behind him, and it's just like, oh no, I got hit.
No, up tilt, yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that you really want to pay attention to. It was like, because you can see like how if you had just gone up and down here, that would have been pretty good.
Then I'm totally fine.
After that back air hit, obviously a spot where you should know like if you're going to be able to slide off after it or not, or the input to get that slide off onto the ledge. Because like you made a bunch of like pretty good reads on drift here, right? And then you just like once you started walling more like this, you just like stopped trying to make those reads on drifts. So you can see clearly, like, I mean, she's at a lower percent. Your reward is even higher at the higher percents, but you just stopped doing it.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know why I stopped doing it. I don't know why my game plan like really changed that much.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe he like did something to convince you or something. But like theoretically, like he shouldn't be able. If it's a sound game plan, then nothing he can do should be able to convince you that it's like, oh no, this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's just possible that the game plan isn't like as fully fleshed out as you would like it to be. But yeah, this was another tech skill error what I noticed was just like, oh, let's accidentally roll. Yeah, that's no problem. Was this like a muscle memory thing, or did you think the shine was gonna hit?
Let me see. I don't know. I think I'm more convinced that was more muscle memory than me thinking it was actually gonna hit.
Yeah, because like I don't know, she's like pretty far away from this grab, right?
Yeah. Like unless I thought it would like hit Puff's like hand or something, but I don't know. I probably just muscle memoried it.
Okay. I really don't like teching in place that much against Puff, by the way. Um, Puff is just like, I think if you tech away here, then she has to like really reach to make a read. As opposed to, I mean, in my opinion, you get the most in trouble against Puff by trying to tech in place and like shield or put out hitbox too much. Obviously, tech rolling in is really scary, but or really scary sometimes. But yeah, I think a lot of spots, if you tech away against Puff, it's really hard for her to follow. This is kind of true of floaties in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. Is
that poke?
I think you were jumping? Yeah, you were jumping.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, you clearly didn't have time to react to it.
No,
But yeah. But yeah, this is like where it starts, right? And like, I literally think over half of the game was basically this happening over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't as high up as you thought she was. Like, you probably felt like she was up here, but really, she's like just like going around basically the side platform height, and she's just like doing these back airs.
Circling around it, yeah.
Yeah, and so like you kind of set this up where and she goes back here, and then you do this, and as you wave dash back, she starts coming in towards you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a spot where it's just like, okay, maybe you need to like be a little more aggressive. Like these are the lasers you were talking about, where you're like, oh well, I guess I'm going to laser, and then she's like already getting close enough to back air you.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's already like, I'm pretty sure if I go for double laser here, she just gets there with the drift almost.
Yeah, and and this is like worth mentioning, or it's like maybe you don't have to play dash back after these double lasers, right? Because she punished your dash back. Like you could totally see if you shielded here, like maybe you get something.
Then it's fine, yeah.
But yeah, now we're about to go back to this, I'm pretty sure. So you get hit over here, and again, she's just like, she's playing this back airs. And we're back into it, right? This time you get a little too close. And, so it's always like making a read. And this is why like people like go up and like run up and shield a lot against Puff. Like run up and shield would have been really strong in these spots. And she landed here, so that changes everything, right? Against Puff, it's probably really hard because it's hard to because she's always like moving around so much. But like it's like, I mean, clearly if she's down here, then she's gonna have a hard time hitting right here. And if she's up here, then she's gonna have a hard time hitting right here. So you want to be like on a different vertical plane from her most of the time to like maximize your opportunity to challenge her properly.
Yeah, I think a lot of times where I do get openings, it's from me like you said, like going in on like a sort of diagonal and not challenging Puff when she's on the same horizontal as me.
Yeah, because like the horizontal plane is a nightmare, right? Like Fox's range is pretty short and back air is pretty big. So it's just like, and then a lot of times it's you running at her, so then it's even worse. But yeah, this is like, and then we're going to see the same kind of thing, right? Where it's just like, she's going to be over here, and I think you're actually in a great spot here where you can probably like try to get a stock. Right here, though, it's important to note, though, that, like... Okay, so she's doing, like, this back air right here. You shouldn't be, like, trying to hit the back air, right? It's like, you're either going to, like, come here and then read her drifting back afterwards, or you're going to read her drifting forward, which is the riskier option, and back air, like, try to put a back air right here. So in my opinion, these are, like, your two choices are, like, try to put something up in this area or try to put something up in this area.
Mm-hmm. Right, because Puff, like knowing Puff's loves to like keep jumping, he's probably not just gonna like fade all the way in and just land into my up tilt right
Yeah.
there.
And then so like I said, this situation just happens so much. And now you're just like kind of in the middle a lot. But there was a lot of spots where I felt like, I don't know, either make a read on a drift or like run up and shield, make something happen. See, now you're playing the same solution on the opposite side of the stage.
Yeah, we're just like switching sides of the stage, and it's just kind of the same scenario.
Yeah, and notice where you put your up air, right? You're putting your up air like right at the end of her aerial, but like we said, we don't really want to put it like where her aerial is. We want to put it like further in front because she's going to drift after the aerial, or we want to put it like basically like where she's starting from. This is going to be like what we consider to be basically the center of her dash dance.
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to like, and you can put something like back there. Or I should say it's like the back of her dash dance. So you do catch her landing here, and then I think like he just resolves to like never land ever again.
Yeah, I guess another thing I could be more aware of is I don't think that I count Puff's jumps. Like I'm pretty sure I don't do it.
Yeah, it's really hard actually. I don't know. Like we all know there's only 5 in the middle of the air, but like
it just feels like it keeps going.
Yeah, I like only start counting them when I'm like, oh, she's been jumping a lot, you know. It's like, and you know her jumps get weaker, so it's like I notice when her jumps get weaker. I'm like, you're running out soon. But I mean, I should also count her jumps, right? So like this is a spot where like lasers would have been excellent, right? You have all this space here. This is a good spot for you to laser. You kind of
I don't know
drilled
what that down
in.
air is.
Yeah, I don't know what this drill is. I mean, at the very least, like, you can't get punished for it. I don't know. I guess you could get over here instead. But yeah, this drill definitely isn't hitting anything. I don't think it's, like, the worst thing in the world because, like, maybe the Jigglypuff layer would try to come in after this drill. But, you know, it depends what you meant it for. Yeah, so I want to point out again, like, so, you know, he was, I guess I'm going to have to back. Well, okay, so, you know, right here, he wave dashes to change it, and then you hit him on this wave dash. So it's like, this is the spot he would have been if he started his aerial. So his aerial would have been over here, and then his drift would have been over here or over here. So this is the right place to put it.
Yeah. Like he saw me coming in, was probably setting up for switching sides again, which ended up happening anyway, but...
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, you mentioned like these lasers are on like the wrong side, but like really since she's up here, then like the lasers are like kind of inconsequential.
Yeah.
And she's just like really committed to like just like controlling this airspace where if you like jump in at her from over here, then she'll beat you for free. But she gives you tons of opportunities to like run up underneath her and then just read her drift. Like I think in this spot where she's like right here, I think if you like just run up to right here and you shield, then it's like she's got to make something happen. I mean, you ended up backing off here, which, and then you notice how she got to drift, like drop low to adjust her spacing to cover downward like this as soon as you wave dash back. But
yeah,
if you hadn't been wave dashing back and you were just right here, you could have grabbed her, or you could have up smashed or something. Yeah, and you see, like, this literally would have worked, you know? I mean, it happens that it didn't. But, like, that's, like, I mean, you can do that kind of drift read, right? And you really didn't even get punished that hard for it. No, even though, really. Like, you traded. Yeah, these lasers are pretty nice, right? He's just like, she can't do anything. And so she's either going to, like, come over here. She has a ton of possibilities here, honestly. but so do you, and you can't get hit for these lasers, and you end up reading her coming down and dropping like this. Yeah, look how nice this overshoot is too.
Rolling a lot for no reason.
Yeah. So like maybe you want to play like more shield whenever you land. Especially if she's going to be jumping like this, then you might want to play more shield because you know, if she's going to be jumping so much, then it pretty much catches you just like trying to dash back or trying to jump.
Yeah, because especially in this game, he hasn't threatened grab all that much.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think he's really tried to grab you.
No, I think he he tries to tomahawk like once or twice, but he's like always coming down with like a late bear or fade, something like that.
Yeah, and to be fair, this is like Puff's game, where, you know, she gets you really used to playing shield, and then she just grabs you. But, I mean, at the very least, like, you can, like, force her to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got game 2 on Stadium. You could have tech chased off of this. I guess, was this meant to be a wave dash?
No, I definitely full hopped because I wasn't sure that the
Shine was gonna connect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was just like shine and then just like get out.
Sure. Ow.
Yeah.
Pound again.
Yeah, he's like, there's like a weird spacing that he like does it, and I feel like I don't have time to react to it, but he just does it rarely enough to where like, I don't know.
Yeah, where you don't want to give the credit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time you run underneath and it works. But, you know, this is actually the same exact thing where basically, if he had just back aired right here, then you would have just gotten hit again. Yeah. You could have played just like in the corner a little more. And it kind of sucks to be in the corner, obviously, but like, you're not getting hit in the corner, so there's like no real pressure to roll, and you can work your way in. So what made this pound hit? Up tilt. Okay, so you...
I think I was still in lag.
Yeah, you tried to... So you tried to up tilt, and then you got... so he just directly with punished your up tilt with pound. Yeah, obviously in Stadium, easier to laser. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I missed that tech because I thought he was going to pound again off that up throw, and then he just didn't, so I hit the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of these situations with the hits is just like spots where it's just like, if you have been willing to like run up and shield and like force him to grab, it's pretty okay. So like you were jumping there, and then right here your shield got small, and then you dash back in and got hit. You could have still shielded. Nice. Reading the SDI. That's good. Bird. Okay, so up throw up air kills this percent, right?
Yeah.
It should. Do you know
like
the
51.
lowest percent? Okay.
The lowest percent? I don't know. I know it's guaranteed at 51.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
the lowest. Though.
Yeah, guaranteed at 51. That's why I have to. Oh, you missed your dash.
Yeah. Sure. Like overall, I'm not really like flubbing my up throw up airs that much. I think that's like
Yeah,
pretty rare.
yeah. This is the second time you have done this roll on accident though. Right here, and then you accidentally roll after, I guess, like it's an L cancel error.
I don't think it's an L cancel error. I think I'm trying to like turn like dash turn around and then it's like shield drop up air or shield drop bear, but then I hit the shield at the wrong time and I roll by mistake.
Okay. Okay, just like make a note and try to figure out why it's happening, because that's the second time in 2 games. So let's see, she goes up here. And yeah, I mean, as soon as you got underneath her, you're in a pretty good spot. I mean, I guess she can like try to shield drop through in there. I guess you're trying to like dash dance punish like this shield drop back air, but your timing was like it was off. I guess you were like reading an earlier back air or something.
Yeah, my timing was off.
Yeah, and the back air is also going to be the hardest thing to whiff punish, right? It's kind of weird where it's like maybe you would have been more okay to like stay here. That might have been easier. Nice.
Again, here I'm like trying to shark with the up airs a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, look how okay you are after this shield, right? You don't necessarily get anything out of it right here. In fact, you like, you rolled, so that was like not great. But like you're pretty okay after the shield. Like he goes so far, he's just always playing this. Maybe we need to consider like what our out of shield really needs to look like in this matchup, because that may be a reason why you might not be comfortable with using your shield. Like you might feel really pressured. You're like, oh, I have to roll or something. But
yeah, there are definitely times where like, especially when I get like bared and she like goes through my shield, I think at certain percents I should be more comfortable with just doing like a back air out of my shield or just like wave dashing away and resetting.
Yeah, or there's even some spots where it's like I don't know. In my head, this is a spot actually where like wave dashing out of shield aggressively is really good. Where if you like wave dash towards her right here, if you wave dash forwards right here and you down tilted, it might kill her. This is actually what I was seeing. So like, let's see it again. Like, so you started rolling a couple frames ago, but I see like wave dash forward, like down tilting here being pretty good.
That makes sense. I can potentially see that.
Yeah.
Or even just like wave dash down out of shields probably also works.
Yeah, and it's like it catches her like just landing. If she jumped instead, you might get punished. So like, but like you might be able to like wave dash out of shield with like a nair or something, like wave dash down and then nair or something, and then be like perhaps more conservative with the lower reward than the down tilt. But you could probably like wave dash aggressively out of shield there. Yeah, and it's like you're playing shield a lot more, and it's just like, it's just so hard for her to hit you, right? As long as she's jumping, like, as long as she's jumping, she can't grab you. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with just shielding, and you get to like hold the space. This is like a perfect example of that kind of thing, right? Where she's going to like try and bob weave, you just jump and you like hold, because you didn't back off. If you backed off, then she just drifts back after this back air, and it's like really hard to punish. Maybe you block and you just full hop like this, then you get the kill. So shield lets you hold the space better against Puff jumping a lot than dashing back does. Yeah, now it's the grab.
Yeah, it's like he like finally does a grab.
Yeah. Oh, you coward. Oh.
Yeah, I know, dude. I had it, and I just like I just didn't want to take it. I had like all the time in the world.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you can get crouch cancel grab, so it's like pretty scary to go for a back air there, because if you just wait, then your back air will turn around, and then she'll grab you. But you could up air.
Drill.
Yeah, you could up air or drill. I think
Yeah.
both of those are good choices.
Yeah, I think I was more consent to like, oh, it's like glass stock. I would rather just like reset than take the risk on being wrong.
Yeah. Oh, there it is again. So we
Yeah,
roll.
the roll again. Yeah.
So is this roll on purpose?
Yeah, I'm certain this roll is on purpose.
Okay. Because she's like even reads it here. Like this is kind of gross.
Yeah, that's like me getting rested by like any better puff right there.
Yeah.
Or like something worse.
Yeah. She might have tried, but like you just stabbed her out of it. Yeah, we rolled again. I mean, this time this roll is
okay
very
with it.
good. This
Yeah,
time this roll is very good though.
Because so I have like just enough puff experience to know that like if the puff doesn't do the aerial by a certain time,
They
that
want to
I
grab.
should like yeah they're gonna grab. So if she like gets to a certain height, then I'm just like rolling or jumping away.
Okay, that's good. Nice. I like crouch cancel shine a lot. Okay, if you up throw up air her, does it kill?
At this percent, no.
Okay.
At least I don't think it does.
Do you know
I don't
the
think
percent on this stage?
I would know, but I would guess it's around like 65.
Okay. Let's see. Let me look at my thing. Okay, it says that it is 58 on Fountain of Dreams.
58.
Ah! Alright, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
No, it's a stock trade, it's fine. What?
Just
Oh,
barely.
okay. I
So
was like,
barely.
what? You lost time because,
Because I landed on the platform.
yeah, you landed on the platform, you walked off. So you lost time with your charge. Oh my god. Oh my god, if you lost because of that, I was gonna my head was gonna explode. Okay, so these lasers, input error or decision making error?
Let me see. Input error. There's supposed to be like short hop lasers. But,
Okay. I
yeah,
think
they're
those
just-
still would have gotten hit though, right?
Yeah, probably. But it's still like it's both. I said
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just it'd be like that.
Got me.
It's like can't even be mad about it. It's
Yeah,
like this
alright,
good
got
shit.
me. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so you know you can't crouch cancel in the air, right?
Yeah, you get rested, but
Well,
I
the
don't
reason
think I was
why
thinking
is
of
just
it.
like it's Sakura angle.
Mhm.
Yeah, so weak Fox Nair and Puff Nair and I mean a bunch of other Nairs, I guess. But yeah, Puff Nair hits at a Sakura angle, so something to be aware of. That's like why they like to like try to come down like this at you with Nair, just like to Sakura angle you, so you can't true crouch it. Just to note.
I definitely wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, it sucks to miss that tech too.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate attack.
Yeah, okay, so now her back air pattern is a little bit different. You see that? So she's playing way more like before on Battlefield. She was playing like this area a lot. but
Actually, like off
she's playing,
stage,
yeah, she's
basically.
like playing this area a lot. So these are actually two different back air patterns. Yeah, laser is very safe. But how did we get hit here? So she landed, and you went. Ah,
Oh,
okay.
that's so fucked up, dude. Look at it.
Okay, so do you think what do we think here? Is there something better we could have done to not get back aired here?
Let's see. Uh, I guess if I like didn't, I guess being more aware of the way that Puff can drift and like how far that she can drift, then maybe I don't dash back so far and go for back air. Maybe I try to like shark an up air or something instead, or even just like don't jump is also a way to not get back aired.
Yeah, I kind of like jumping, but yeah, I definitely think like the distance is perhaps wrong. Maybe if we played so like clearly like if she forwards airs from here, and she's playing like around here, so clearly if she forward airs or back airs here, she can hit to like right here. So maybe we need to be closer to like right here, perhaps, and then either make reads on this area or this area.
Right. Because it's like clearly the space that I'm threatening has like no overlap with the places that she can actually be.
Yeah, is she's like you're like super far back. Okay. Oh, just barely. Were you trying to shield here?
I think
Maybe.
so.
Let's see. So this is the first one.
No, that's jump squat.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, so maybe shield's good there. Yeah, pound again. Alright,
Yeah,
let's
it's
look at
just
this pound.
it's like she has her back turned and I'm like not considering pounds because I'm looking for back air and then it's just like super dash.
It is super dash. Yeah, I mean, she's already started her pound animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moments for disaster. Yeah, so this is like the kind of vertical thing we talked about, where you play around her and it's like, oh, you just dash here, and this time you're actively looking. So then you do this and you jump away instead of just trying to land. That's all really good. That's active between stops play. So what about these lasers here? What do we think of them?
I think that I don't I think I don't like respect Puff's like shield drop options enough. Cause like here I'm like, alright, she's not gonna get to me that fast, but one I full hop the lasers, so like they're not gonna hit anyway. And then by the time I'm down there, like she's already on top of me.
Yeah, so was this full hop like an input error? Was it meant to be short hop double? Or were you like, no, I'm gonna full hop?
I think it's probably input error because I don't think that I was counting on Puff like jumping up at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was counting on Puff like wave dashing on the platform or something, and then like getting a couple of pot shots or something.
Yeah, I totally agree that if these were short hop double lasers, I think you're probably okay. Um, yeah, I think you're probably okay if these were short hop double lasers because
I
like
think so too.
she just got it, you know. Oh
Not
my
even. I even shielded, so
god.
she was still late.
Yeah. So you're certainly okay if these are short hop double lasers. Another input error, I guess, with full hop laser.
Yeah, at this point I think it's like, oh, I'm on last stock. I'm starting to like
Yeah.
flub and stuff.
Yeah, and then like these lasers are really bad, right? Because you're like even going towards her, and this is like blatantly inside of her space, but she actually double jumps instead of doing stuff. That hit? Did you know this was gonna hit you?
No, not at all. I was so mad. I remember this happening, being pissed off that I got hit by it.
Yeah, I mean, even me, like, me being also being like, oh, that hit, like, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about with, like, knowledge error, where it's just like, oh, really, is that the way this works? It's just like, this is, like, something that's, like, I mean, on one hand, it's, like, understandable to get hit by this. On the other hand, it just means, like, also if it surprises you, then it's not like completely like a decision making fault because
Yeah.
obviously you didn't know, but it is like a research fault because it's just like, oh, I don't play against puffs isn't a great excuse when you have a million VODs that you could be looking at.
Yeah. Also, I don't think that, to be fair, I don't think that he thought this was going to hit. I think that he thought I was going to be on the grounds and not
Uh-huh.
on that platform.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, and it's like not to call you like lazy or say you're not like researching or whatever, but it's just like pointing out anytime you should like probably look to like make an active mental note each time you play a game and you're surprised that something hits or doesn't hit or someone is like somehow gets to somewhere they're not supposed to be. You should be able to make a mental note of that and be like, oh, like clearly I don't understand the game well enough in this area, or I haven't looked at enough footage in this area if it's going to be surprising me. Because the physics in Melee are like pretty consistent, so it's just like if you understand all the physics, then the rest is just up to decision making and execution. It's just difficult to completely know all the physics.
Yeah. That's okay. It's also like accounting for like all of like the platform heights on this stage, especially because like, oh, at this specific platform height, I guess Puff's
Yeah,
dash attack hits me or
yeah.
something.
It just needs. I mean, all you need to know is like the highest platform height that dash attack hits you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't need to know every one. I just need to know.
Yeah, because trivially everything below the highest one that gets you hit also gets you hit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like more obvious like right here, I guess. Okay, now it should not hit. I think. But
I
what
don't
do I know?
think. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I messed up my angle.
Okay. Let's look at what happened here. Oh, you're
I get
running
buried.
underneath. This is the
Yeah.
same back here.
Yeah, it's literally the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. And then you just get Palms attack. Okay. So you should be fine here. Run and shield. Did you roll?
I do. Why did I do that?
Yeah. I guess you just roll a lot out of shield against Puff. Because this is a back air, right?
It's definitely back air. It's like even like an up air or something. Because he's like directly over me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he is like right in front of you. And then, okay, you're fine. Is this gonna hit you? No, it doesn't.
no.
Is this gonna hit you? Oh, you jumped. And then you jump back. But you didn't land, so you're fine.
I think I get hit by this. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's gonna hit you. Were you about to? Yeah, this is right when you were entering run break, so you were about to try. No, you did try to
I
shoot.
tried to. Yeah, I just got hit.
Okay. All right. So where was he? I was totally watching you and not him. You're fine here. So where was he? Okay. So you see where he is right now. do you think that you were possibly unaware of where the Jigglypuff player was at this time? Because back air hits like right here, right? So I guess no, I guess you knew that, so you were trying
Yeah,
to shield it.
yeah. Like I figured that he was I'm like fairly aware of like where Jigglypuff can threaten as far as like the triangle under her with
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of her drifts. But
right.
it's like, um, yeah, I think that I clearly like went for shield. I probably just should have like tried to have done it sooner
Yeah,
than when I did. I don't know.
yeah. Just shielding sooner is also what I had in mind, but I was just asking, like, yeah, I guess I was wondering, it's like, is this just like we didn't know we should shield this early, or it's just like, oh my god, she's a lot closer than I think she is. Like right here, it's like, oh god, I have to shield.
No, I feel like I think I was going up with the intention of run up shielding,
Mm-hmm.
but I just didn't have. Maybe I just wasn't aware of the timing I needed to be doing it at. Like,
Yeah, you might need a shield earlier than you think you do. That's a very real
mhm,
possibility. So then, yeah, and then we just missed the angle.
yeah,
All right, cool. Okay. Uh, so to recap, we had a lot of some tech flubs. I think the lasers were only like, I think the lasers only mattered in a few spots. Biggest thing is just like really being able to like identify her game plan in terms of like where she's putting her aerials, and then like uh either like willing to run up and shield like I guess earlier than you think you do, in order to force an interaction, or
mhm.
you can just like, or you can like whenever she's like back far, then you can back up and try to shoot a laser, or you can like try to reach the aerial drift. So you have a couple choices there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's like very dependent on percent as well, because like probably like when she's at really low percent, there's probably no need for me to like go and try to like read drifts when she's like especially on this stage when she was like off the stage doing aerials. I think that's probably like more where you do lasers.
yeah,
But once the percent gets higher, maybe that's where you go for like reading drifts with the aerials.
yeah. The risk reward gets a little bit better for you there. Um, Yeah. So tech errors and like figuring out how to challenge and obviously like this is just us brainstorming ideas on how to beat it, but you do have like a million VODs that you can watch now that you've identified it's like, oh, actually like it seems like 70 to 80% of the game is really taking place around like this area of the stage and involves her just like jumping with back air, which is like a reductive way to put it, but like you've seen it and you could see it again, of course, if you watch it back. And so like you can watch like Fox players versus Jigglypuffs and see how they kind of approach that situation. You can watch Leffen versus like a Puff player in pools and see how he challenges that because I'm sure Leffen has better ideas on how to beat it than whatever homebrews that I just came up with on the spot.
Sure.
And the other thing that we didn't really take a look at is Pound.
Yeah, we did not.
Yeah, we didn't really take a look at it. It just based off of what you said, it's just like I don't know. It just doesn't register as a possibility in your mind.
Yeah, that I think that's literally it. Just like I just don't think that he would. I just don't even consider that Puff would do it because I don't know. It just like feels. I don't know. It feels like stupid in my head. So oh, why would they do it? That's dumb. But then I get hit by it, and I'm the dumb one.
All right, it's aerial dash attack, right?
So good. It's so good.
Pound, yeah, Pound is definitely Pound and Get Up Attack are definitely like, oh, this is the best move in the game and the worst move in the game. It's
Right, because
definitely like that.
you just get hit on it and you just get knocked down, and it's just like if you feel so dumb to get hit by it, like I can't stand it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hate what I hate most about Pound is just like You know how the hitbox lingers for like a weird amount of time. It's just like, oh, how's it fair?
Like, oh, it's still there. Actually, I need to like go and look up how long it's out for because
Yeah.
I don't think that I have a good enough grasp on that.
Yeah, that would be a good idea for you to look up and just consider all the pound possibilities. And what was the last one? Invincibility.
Responsibility.
Yeah, you had a few stocks where you played it really well, and you had two stocks where you basically died because you did not play it well.
Yep, that is about right.
Okay, cool. So I think it's been about an hour. Let me see.
Yeah, just
Yep.
about.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's been just about an hour. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. You can stop recording.